It's a winter wonderland on the outskirts of Grand Rapids as the two best teams in the OK-Roo battle it out in their first matchup of this campaign. This afternoon, the Cougars look to hand the Bulldogs their first loss of the season and extend their winning streak to 4 games. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside Southside Ice Arena in Byron Center, Michigan. Inside the broadcast booth, I'm Regan Cleves alongside Derek Steele. We're happy to have you along as the Catholic Central Cougars take on the Byron Center Bulldogs in a heavyweight matchup here this afternoon. Derek, Catholic Central has had a stellar first half of this year, but they've struggled against top 10 teams in each of the 3 divisions. They've got a record of 1-2 in those 3 games, and they're facing a number 3 team in Division 2 here this afternoon. What do they need to do to knock off the Bulldogs here today?
It's all going to start with the goaltending. It's going to be Trent Goheen, 952 save percentage on the year. If you're able to save a lot of the Byron Center shots today, you're going to have a good shot at winning this game. And then get Carson McKenzie, uncomfortable early. He's made some key saves for Byron Center. Byron Center, he's got a 7-0 record this year, 2 shutouts on the season. Get shots going at him early, get him uncomfortable, get him out of the crease early today. We're in store for a good game today, though, Reagan.
It should be. Lots of television stations out here. We've seen Wood TVA, WZZM. This is a must-watch game in West Michigan high school hockey. Taking a look at the last game out for Catholic Central, they took on East Grand Rapids in an age-old rivalry matchup back on Saturday night on the other rink here at Southside Ice Arena. And Catholic Central got out to a 2-0 lead pretty quickly. 7:50 into the opening period on 4-on-4. Braylon Outwater scored on a rebound, stuffing it home in the backhand to make it a 1-0 game. Zach Westrick, about halfway through period number 2, would extend that lead to 2 with a shot from the top of the left circle, and Catholic Central would head into the third period looking strong, up 2 on East Grand Rapids. However, a 5-minute major penalty for Catholic Central at the start of that third period wreaked havoc. EGR scored 2 goals on that ensuing power play. Charlie Hoekstra and Brady Ross back-to-back within that 5-minute major, and they tied up the hockey game. These 2 teams would then head to overtime. East Grand Rapids got a couple of good chances, but Trent Goheen for Catholic Central made a couple of key saves, including one earlier on in overtime, but then Catholic Central would win it. Zach Westrick on a rebound from a Shane Kwiatkowski shot got Catholic Central the win over East Grand Rapids, and they improve to a record of 8-3 on the campaign. That is good enough with a 4-1 record in the OK-Roo to go along with it. It's good enough for number 1 in the division. How about you tell us, Derek, more about the division here in the OK-Roo?
Yeah, we got the top 2 teams going at it today. Catholic Central with 8 points, 4-1 on the season. Byron Center in second place. They are 2-0 on the season, 4 points. Then you got Rockford at 1-1, Granville at 1-2, Kenowa Hills at 1-3, and then West Ottawa rounding it out for the OK-Roo at 1-3, 2 points on the season.
And it's interesting with West Ottawa at the bottom of the OK-Roo. Their only in-division win came against Catholic Central on opening night. They took it to them, and since then Catholic Central has gone 8-2 on the campaign. They've had a stellar last 10 games for the blue and white. Taking a closer look at both these teams, Catholic Central, Derek, 8-3, 16 points, 4-1 in the OK-Roo. They're number 8 in Division 3. They're 3-2 on the road. It's been a up and down year for Catholic Central with streaks of heat and then streaks of cold.
Yeah, we talk about it. The big win against Eastern Grand Rapids on Saturday, the overtime winner. Being able to take the momentum you have, winning 3 in a row, taking it to Byron Center earlier this year. Something to note is Byron Center has 141 penalty minutes. So we're going to see Catholic Central on the power play a lot today. How are they going to be able to do on the power play? They scored 1 on Saturday's contest. You need to be able to capitalize on the special teams opportunities here in this one today.
Special teams, always something to look out for. Catholic Central, as Derek mentioned, on a 3-game winning streak that's too short of their season long. They won 5 straight from game number 2 all the way to game number 6, ending up that ended up getting snapped by Livonia Stevenson in a 3-2 loss earlier this season. And against top 10 teams, they are 1-2. They had a the only win coming against Detroit Country Day earlier this month after a 8-1 loss to Flint Powers as well, in back-to-back losses to Flint Powers, and then the previous game to that was Livonia Stevenson. 2 of their 3 losses coming against some pretty good hockey teams. Byron Center, on the other hand, has been phenomenal. They're ranked number 1 in Division 2, number 3 in the Super 10, the combined ranking of all three divisions. They are 11-0, only 2-0 in the OKRU. Haven't played a ton in the RU division yet this season, but they are 14-0. In their last 14 regular season games. They've been absolutely phenomenal, and they've been a tough team for Catholic Central in the past.
We talked a lot about Trent Goheen earlier in this pregame show. The momentum for Byron Center, it all starts with Carson McKenzie. Some of the saves he makes, preparing for this game today, watching some of Byron Center's highlights, some of the saves McKenzie makes, they're really good saves. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do. And for Byron Center to walk out of here with the win today, they need McKenzie to play very well.
It's certainly going to be a goaltending matchup. And taking a look at Catholic Central, last year went 0-1-1 against these Bulldogs with a tie and a loss. That puts their all-time series to 3-4-1. Since about 5 years ago when Byron Center became a team once they separated from East Kentwood, but it's been fairly Byron Center's series as of late. Catholic Central started out with a bit of domination over Byron Center back 4 or 5 years ago, and then the last couple of seasons since Byron Center has stepped up as a program, they've become a lot better and have dominated the series as of late. A couple of scratchers for Catholic Central here this afternoon. Bennett Rublein, Colin Hoffer, and Ian Schweigert all out for the Cougars. Now we turn to our players to watch. Derek, who do you got for CC?
I got Nemesic. 11 games played, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points on the year. He's a leading scorer for this Catholic Central team. He's 5th in the OKRU, multiple goals in 3 games. And is this going to be a breakout game? He's kind of been struggling with the puck lately. I'm expecting to see a breakout game, possibly see a couple in the back of the net for him today.
Yeah, Nolan Nemesic, one of the 2 players to have a hat trick against West Ottawa. 6 goals for Catholic Central, 2 goal scorers. Nemesic and Kwiatkowski both getting hat tricks in that win. You've also got Zach Westrick. Tell us more about him.
Yeah, Zach Westrick, he's coming in on a 3-game point streak. He has 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points in that point streak. Points in 4 of the last 5 games. So he's been one that's been riding a little bit of a high for this Catholic Central team. When he's going, they're deadly on offense. We saw it kind of in the game Saturday. He had a couple of goals in that game Saturday against East Grand Rapids. He's going to be someone that Byron Center has to look out for when he has the puck today.
Exactly, and on the other end of the ice for Byron Center, Logan Nicholas, the OKRU leader in points. He's got 24 through 11 games, 15 of them coming on assists. He has scored at least 1 point in every game so far this season, and he goes along with Carson McKenzie, who has been a phenomenal netminder for Byron Center the last 3 seasons. He was part of their run to the state championship back in 2021. He's had 2 shutouts on this season, and he's got a minuscule 1.9 goals against average. Now, what are your keys to the game, Derek?
First key of the game, score early, apply pressure. We want to see McKenzie get uncomfortable in the crease early. We know he can make some key saves late in games, get that early lead, apply some pressure to Byron Center. The second one, no silly mistakes or penalties. Byron Center's been heavily penalized this year, 141 penalty minutes. Play your brand of hockey. There's a reason you've won 3 games in a row if you're Catholic Central. Final one, use a 3-game winning streak momentum to your advantage. We talked about it with Westrick, being able to have that 3-game point streak, just being able to use the momentum, especially after a huge overtime win Saturday night.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Dempsey Ventures, and that'll do it for our pregame show. We'll step aside. Zam's just about to take the ice to cut here after warm-ups. We'll step aside. Puck drop between the Bulldogs and the Cougars coming up next here on Cougar Puck Radio.
And the goaltenders for today's game for the Byron Center Bulldogs, it's 29 Carson McKenzie. In 7 games, he has a 7-0 record, 2 shutouts, 1.19 goals against average, and a 941 save percentage. For the Grand Rapids Central Cougars, it's 41 Trent Goheen. In 10 games, it's a 7-3 record, no shutouts, 1.14 goals against average, and a 952 save percentage.
Thanks, Derek. Starting lineups for the Catholic Central Cougars. Coach Mike Slobodnik sends out Kwiatkowski and Holloman on the defense. Mulvey, Outwater, and Nemesek out on the forward line with Goheen between the pipes. For Byron Center, they go with Broem and Pietenpol on the defense. Clark, Pratt, and Nicholas on the forward line. Catholic Central will go from left to right across your radio dial wearing those road blue uniforms with the white trim, white numerals, blue helmets, blue pants, and blue socks. Byron Center goes right to left. White jerseys, orange and black trim, black numerals, black helmets, black pants, and white socks. We are underway here at Southside Ice Arena. Pratt takes the initial draw and dumps it in. Holloman back there to play it for Catholic Central. Here's Broem with a shot from the left point. It winds its way around to the far side. Working there is Nicholas. Logan Nicholas, the leading scorer in the OK rule. Left it off there for Dalton Clark. Puck popped free into the slot, and look out, here comes Catholic Central. Braylon Outwater gains the blue line and dumps it in. Across the way, it's picked up there by Cade Pratt. Miscommunication behind the goal forces Gage Pietenpol to play the puck. Now look out, a pass was almost intercepted in the slot, but Byron Center was able to regain control of the puck. 50 seconds gone here in the opening period from Southside Ice Arena. Now look out, it was stolen away. Silva fed it into the slot, nobody home there for the blue and white. Another shot from the left point, deflected on. McKenzie was there to make the save. Now Byron Center, up right to left, it's dumped in there by Dalton Clark. Bates back there to play it for the Cougars, leaves it there for Nate Silva. His pass was intercepted. Look out, dangling in here's Breet. Had the puck knocked away. It's picked up by Jackson Freusland. Freusland behind the cage, moved it up the wall. It was just too far for Luke Laska. And the Bulldogs will have to regroup. 90 seconds gone in period 1. Here's Freusland across the way. His pass was deflected, and it's taken here by Luke Laska. Laska gains the red line and dumps it in. Goheen plays it with the goal panel, but his teammate couldn't pick it up. Now it's loose in front of Goheen, and Breed couldn't stuff it home. Picked up there by Luke Goheen across the way, and the Cougars are able to deflect it out to neutral ice. 2 minutes gone here from Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele on the call, filling in for Matt Geika here this afternoon. Players tumble behind the net. It's taken here by Brody Potter. It's worked free across the way. Alex Pollock chasing after it, but it's taken here by Promoda. Over the line, Promoda, his shot was ripped high. It looked like it might have been deflected there by Kwiatkowski. A big hit across the way causes the Cougars to turn the puck over, and they'll have to regroup. It's played up the wall and out to neutral ice. O'Keefe will take it and send it into the opposite corner. Goheen will hold it behind his net. Oh, look out. Puck took an odd carom off the boards. Catholic Central almost had a dangerous opportunity. Now look out, they've got numbers. Here's Nemesek across the way with Mulvey in a 2-on-2. Nemesek to the net. And where's the puck? It's loose. And the net comes off its moorings. Carson McKenzie shutting the door. 14:06 left in period 1.
One of the things we said about Catholic Central is if they want to come out of here with a win, they have to put pressure on McKenzie. There's a really good opportunity there created by, I believe that was Nemesek entering the zone. It was a really good play there, and applying that pressure, getting McKenzie a little uncomfortable in the crease here starting out early.
Cougars win the draw. A shot that was deflected wide, coming there from Henry Holloman. Puck is free along the near corner boards. It'll be picked up here by Gage Pietenpol. Pietenpol skies it off the glass. It took a carom. Will get it back. His backhander pass was stolen by Outwater. Thrown around behind. Pietenpol once again rims it around. Taken across the way by Dalton Clark. His pass was intercepted through neutral ice. Look out, Logan Nicholas picks up the puck. He's over the line at neutral ice, hounded there by Kwiatkowski. It's worked up. Here's Broham. Broham's shot. Goheen didn't see that until it came by him, and the Cougars will take it and dump it down the ice. Icing will be the call with 13:23 to go in period number 1.
One of the players we said to watch out for was Logan Nicholas. Really good shot there from the left point, trying to stuff it past Goheen. Good save there by Goheen to keep this one a scoreless game.
Puck's taken back out to neutral ice after the Cougars won the draw. Passano fan of the dump in, and the Cougars will gain control. Bates left it there. Brady Breed expected the check, but didn't come. Now look out. He steals in the slot, fires a shot. Goheen made the save. Good glove save. It popped in and out of his catching mitt. Now Breed, the captain, feeding it out in front. It was deflected to the right point. Here's Philo. Justin Pillow dropped it off for Friesland. A shot. Oh, that was blocked there by Zach Westrick. He'll pick up the puck. Weaves through the defense over the line with Nate Silva with him. Silva takes the drop pass, and it was sticked aside there by McKenzie. Taken to the boards across the way. That's Nate Silva. Friesland up the right wing, trying to exit the zone here for Byron Center. He was shut down there by Alex Pollock, and the Bulldogs are forced to regroup. 12:21 to go in period number 1. Here's O'Keefe over the line, barely onside there with the trailing man. Now a shot there from Sandholm in the slot. One of the few freshmen that was on this team 4 years ago. Byron Center for a long time has been a senior-heavy squad. They are much the same this year, but Sandholm was one of the few a couple of years ago. Now look out, a giveaway in front of McKenzie, and it couldn't be stuffed home there by Nemasak. Kwiatkowski fires it off the wall, and we've got the net off its moorings. 11:41 to go in the opening period.
Fans, don't forget that the Cougar Puck Radio YouTube channel is your one-stop shop for highlights and full game broadcasts for Catholic Central Hockey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so as to never miss a moment of Cougar hockey. Just go to YouTube and search Cougar Puck Radio to find the channel.
Draw to the left of McKenzie. One to the corner by the Bulldogs, and taking a tumble into the wall, there was Broham. Now the puck is taken here by Outwater behind the net. He's crunched to the boards by Bryce Permoda, leading to a Bulldog rush. Kamiga tipped the puck in. Oh, look out. Goheen tried to clear that puck, and this one sent the length of the ice. It will be icing as it was just too far for Braylon Outwater at center ice. 11:18 to go in period 1. You know, Derek, it seemed to be a back-and-forth game. Byron Center getting a couple of chances, Catholic getting a couple of chances.
It's been the turnovers, I think, for Byron Center that has led to a couple Catholic Central opportunities deep in the zone. McKenzie's looked really good out of the gate so far today. Byron Center has just really got to clean up their passes. A couple of their passes haven't been able to connect, or they've been intercepted by Cougars players.
Both teams a little sloppy here in the opening 6 minutes of play. Here's Broham, hounded from behind by Nate Silva. He caused a turnover, and he put it across the face of Cole McKenzie. Lucky it didn't take a deflection. Now Silva behind the net, stops, puts on the brakes, and what do we got?
Net went off
the
its
net off
again.
Its moorings again. My goodness. It's the third or fourth time it's come off here through the course of the first 6 minutes and 6 seconds. But
it's those things we're talking about. There is a turnover in the Byron Center zone that led to another opportunity for the Cougars. They just need to start capitalizing on those and getting it past McKenzie.
Now that puck got by Kwiatkowski, and he's got to go chase it back into his own zone. Out through center ice, chipped ahead by Outwater. Ahead for Nemechek. Across the way, it's taken along the boards by Dalton Clark. Puck is free once again in the Byron Center zone. Oh, a big hit there on Outwater in the far corner. Loose chains collected by Nicholas. Logan Nicholas cutting through center ice. Will take it up the left wing around Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski bumped into him, and Looked like Nicholas went down a little bit too easily. Nemechek takes the crunching hit of the boards and is able to get the puck out to neutral ice. Nicholas tips the puck in and it goes up and out of play, but a little too much mustard on that did the Bulldog defenseman, and we'll have a stoppage of play. 6:52 gone in period one. Draw's going to be at center ice here off that deflection. Kevorkian to dig in with his opposite number, Freuslin, and Freuslin wins it for BC. Jackson O'Keefe behind his own cage, plays catch there with Luke Fillo. Bouncing puck, look out, Freuslin's behind the defense, and Goin, he put it just wide, a great left pad save by the netminder. The Bulldogs still buzzing here in the offensive end, but it's taken away, and here comes Sam Moore up left wing, and he almost got put into the Catholic Central bench involuntarily. O'Keefe back in his own end, cycles it around across the way for Story. Story crunched across the way, and the Cougars are able to get it out. Ooh, they almost had 6 skaters on the ice there. Schweigert takes his man to the boards. Puck's loose in the official circle across the way. Nate Silva and after O'Keefe and the puck. It's eventually worked free to the near side by Kaminga. Here's Borum. Rowan got crunched to the boards. Oh, a big hit. Kwiatkowski got decked. Bulldogs in the offensive end zone, 2 on left. It's worked up Borum at the near side. Oh, let a shot go. That caromed off the kick plate. Southside Ice Arena, much like the old Joe Louis Arena in the very active end boards. 8:50 to go, period one, scoreless here at Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele on the call for you here on Cougar Puck Radio, filling in for Matt Geica. Now a good opportunity right out in front, and Goheen comes about 20 feet out of his net to cover that puck. 8:37 to go, period number one.
Just saying early, Goheen, the thing I like about him is, especially that carom off the kickboard, is he's able to locate the puck quickly where there's not a lot of time where he doesn't know where it is on possible deflections. Like you said, he came out probably 20 feet from his crease to make that save there to force a face-off.
And it's good on him to realize that his team had been pinned in the defensive end and needed a stoppage of play, and he got one for him. Right off the draw, Broham's shot was deflected across the way. Beaten pull gets leveled. Now here comes Ryder Mulvey up left wing. Oh, let a shot go. Patted away by Carson McKenzie. Puck's free behind the goal. It's picked up here by Outwater. Outwater to the near boards. Puck is free. Taken here by Nemechek. Nemechek from a sharp angle. And McKenzie stands tall and makes the save. 8:10 to go. Period one.
Nice shot there by Nemechek, trying to get a shot on McKenzie. There really wasn't a lot that he could have done there. Good shot from where he was on the ice.
Draw will come to the left of Carson McKenzie. Had to make a couple of good saves, including a good one earlier on in this first period with a scramble at the side of the net. Pass intercepted and neutralized, delayed offsides on the blue and white. Here come the Bulldogs, right to left, in period number one. Now look out, Nemechek pokes the puck past Pillow. He takes a spill though and will go to the end wall. Pillow worked it free. Pratt on the near side. Oh, Sky, look out. Puck coming up into the stands, and bunch of kids scrambling after that one.
Thankfully that didn't hit anyone, but we talked about it early. McKenzie and Goheen, 2 really solid goalies for their respective teams. Both have over a .900 save percentage. We're going to have a goaltender. It's going to be hard for both these teams to be able to stuff one past their respective goalies.
You talk about a goaltending battle. Look out. Here come the Bulldogs. Backdoor. What a save.
Right there.
Trent Goheen shutting the door with the left pad. It might have been put wide by Breet. Now here's Freuslin, high slot, ripped it high. Rebound came off the glass, and it'll be picked up here by Luke Goheen, and he gets it out. You talk about a goaltending battle. These two teams, top 4 in the OK Ruin save percentage with their combined netminders, both through 11 games. Catholic Central Their tandem of Max Moore and Trent Goheen combining for a .947 save percentage, and Mackenzie and Lay on the other end of the ice combining for a .928. So two very good goaltending staffs here for these two teams, and they've put on a show here through the first half.
And you know as well as I do, goaltending is probably one of the most, if not the most important position on a hockey team. You got to be able to have a good netminder to win you some games.
Indeed, icing the call here on Catholic Central. They'll have a draw on the end devoted to Trent Goheen. 6:35 to go, period one. Digging in for Catholic Central will be Westrick up against Promoda, and it rolls right to Goheen. He'll cover up again. Stoppage. 6:34 to go. Same two to dig in. Promoda wins it cleanly. Back a shuttle off the top of the cage. There by Eli Keminga, looking for his fifth of the campaign, and he put it just off the top of the net. It goes up and out of play.
Nice shot there by Keminga. I don't think Goheen saw that puck at all. If he was able to pit it just under the crossbar, he might have been able to stuff that one past Goheen.
Broham's shot from the left point deflected into the near corner, and Bates will pick up the loose change and throw it around the boards. After it there for Catholic Central is Drew Schweigert. He moved it up the left wing. Promoda coming back on the back check for BC. Was able to get it down the length of the ice. Icing is going to be the call. So after a pretty fluid first half of this opening period, it's been stop and start. Both goaltenders making some key saves, stopping the play, and Goheen and Mackenzie. It's been a little bit more Byron Center the last couple of minutes. Catholic Central started this period strong, but they've come back, have the Bulldogs. First of two meetings this season. They'll again meet later on January 27th on the other rink here at Southside. Oh, look out, we've got a little bit of a scrum behind the net. Ryder Mulvey getting into it, Outwater getting into it there with, I can't tell who that Byron Center, it looks like it's Luke Laxa. Now look out, a penalty is going to come up here, and they're both going to go. Outwater and Alaska off for, I assume, what will be a rough on either team and on either player, and we'll get holding, it looks like, on Outwater, and a rough on Alexa, or cross-check, pardon, on Laxa. .11:16 the time of the penalties. Catholic Central wins the face-off, looks to go to Wook. Look out, a pass up right wing. Here comes Clark over the line. He left it up for Nicholas. Nicholas feeding it out in front. Intercepted here by Nate Silva. We remain 5-on-5. Oh, look out. Catholic Central is going to get a penalty. Westrick went down at center ice, and Matthew Broham is going to go to the box. Catholic Central to the power play. 11:33 to go. Or pardon me, 11:30, they're gone. So Catholic Central going to the power play. Draw to the left of Carson McKenzie, won by the Bulldogs. They'll take it and lift it down the ice. .150 to go on the man advantage. Catholic Central, their first opportunity of the night. Catholic Central cannot get out of their own zone here as the Bulldogs hemming them in the defensive end. Now they've got an opportunity up left wing. Here's Goheen. Goheen got the puck knocked away from him, and it'll have to be controlled by Henry Holloman defensively. He works with Nate Silva, left it off. Up ahead for Goheen, but they cannot get past the center ice red line. Great penalty kill here by Byron Center. 45 seconds into this power play, the first of the night for either team. Oh, look out, Schweigert getting hassled from behind. 4:30 to go here in period one. 60 seconds to go on the man advantage for Catholic Central. Drew Schweigert works behind the net to the left corner. Leaves it around behind for Ryder Mulvey. Mulvey works it up right point. Kwiatkowski down the wall to Mulvey. He lost it in his skates. Now look out. Here's an opportunity for Story racing after the puck with Kwiatkowski. A good job there by Shane Kwiatkowski to knock his man off the puck. Freusland, though, in the forecheck, worked the puck free. Short-handed behind the net. He had it knocked away. Catholic Central left to right in this first period. They've got 28 seconds left in the man advantage. Schweigert over the line, right wing, sends it across. He's got Bates wide open in the circle. He put it well wide. McKenzie casually lets that go wide, and this will be sent down the ice. A great penalty kill here by Byron Center.
One of the plays that won't, I think, be brought up in film for Byron Center is Luke Philo. Once Catholic Central tried to enter the zone one of the first times, he was just able to stick his puck or stick his stick out there and just knock the puck down the other end.
Pratt got decked by Kwiatkowski at neutral ice, but the Bulldogs still have control. Clark spun around, and the Cougars intercepted. Westrick, oh, he got lit up along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty here on the Bulldogs. We'll see what it is. It wouldn't surprise me if this brings up a discussion between the referees. Catholic Central looks like it's going to go on the power play here. We'll see what it is. Just going to be 2 minutes for a rough here on O'Keefe. Catholic Central back in the power play at 13:55.
We talked about it a lot in pregame. Byron Center has 141 penalty minutes coming into the game today. They're a heavily penalized team. If you're Catholic Central, you have to take advantage of opportunities like this because you know you're going to be pit on the power play more than once today.
Oh, good save there by McKenzie, and he is down in a heap after that one. His mask is off in the corner. Looked like Braylon Atwater crashing the net may have ran into the Byron Center netminder. Stay with us for the first intermission break. Derek Steele will have that with a look at the Catholic Central out-of-town scoreboard as well as some OK Rue hockey. Taking a look ahead on the schedule. This is the only game, though, in the OK Rue here this afternoon. Scoreless here. 2:52 left in period one. 1:48 to go on the O'Keefe penalty for a rough. McKenzie still gathering all his paraphernalia back onto him. Looks like he's all right, and he'll have a draw to his left. Sova to dig in there with Philo. Cougars win it. Near side, Schweigert. Across the way to Kwiatkowski. Heisch, slot and a shot, whistled wide. Into the board, Schweigert goes down. The Bulldogs trying to get out, and they do. He got past Kwiatkowski, and Bates will have to scramble back into his own end. Pressured here by Brem. One thing we saw in that earlier penalty kill for Byron Center. Look out, here's Atwater down the right wing, and a good save there by McKenzie. Puck is free in the near corner. It's eventually worked across the way. Pollock along the boards. Worked here, and Philo sends it around. Kwiatkowski kept it in right point. Wrist shot, blockered up in the air, and it comes to the corner. Look out, penalty. Another penalty going to come. No, never mind, not a penalty. It's just going to be whistled down for being played with a high stick, my bad. We'll have a draw to Carson McKenzie's right. 1 minute even to go in the O'Keefe minor. 2:04 left here in this first period. Mulvey to dig in with Freusland. Mulvey wins it cleanly, collected. Here's a shot there from the left point by Holloman. Swallowed up by McKenzie.
We saw Outwater kind of screening in front of McKenzie when he's on the ice. If we could get another player for the Cougars down screening, make it a little bit harder for McKenzie to see that puck. He saw that all the way on that last shot.
Another penalty coming up here on Byron Center. They're going to touch up. Going, went to the bench, didn't get there in time, and an elbowing penalty going to come up here on the Bulldogs. Catholic Central is going to have an extended 46-second 5-on-3 here going to the box is number 11, Luke Laxa. (15-10). The time of the penalty on Byron Center. That's their fourth infraction of the night. Catholic Central's 0 for 1 on the power play thus far. They got a 46-second 5-on-3. Here's Holloman, right point, Kwiatkowski. Back up to Holloman, high slot. Nemechek, high slot. Was knocked into the corner. 32 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Kwiatkowski, right point, slides it down the wall to Mulvey. Up top for Kwiatkowski, across for Nemechek, near side. Mulvey's got a wide open net. He put it just wide. Nemechek across the way, picks it up for Catholic Central. Down the wall. Across the way, it hopped over the stick of Westrick. Westrick up the wall. Here's Nemechek, worked it near side. Kwiatkowski, 9 to go on the 5-on-3. Kwiatkowski across the way. Westrick lost it in his skates. Gets it back. Here's Nemechek, right point. Nemechek across the way to Westrick. Hopped over his stick. Bouncing puck, control to the line. Westrick is able to pull it away. He's taken down. 1 minute to go in the period. 1:06 now to go in the 5-on-4. Good job by Byron Center to kill that first penalty off. Now here's Outwater. Takes it in, it caroms off the boards, and McKenzie will take it there, play it baseball-like. And he'll hold on for a whistle. 53 to go in the penalty, 42 to go in the period.
We say it a lot. It's these late in period situations that both teams are going to have to come up clean with. If you're either one of these teams, especially Byron Center, going into the second period, there's going to be about a 10-second power play for Catholic Central going into the second period. You don't want to go down 1-0.
Bulldogs take it and dump it down the ice. Going, wrapped it around the boards. Nate Silva got tangled up. Going left the puck for him. Oh, going like a whirling dervish in the offensive end was Dalton Clark, hitting people left and right, including taking a couple of shots at going. 6 seconds to go in the period. Puck is dumped down to the left in the Catholic Central end, and that is where we will finish. Scoreless after one. Catholic Central, Byron Center will step aside. We'll come right back with Derek Steele is going to have the first intermission report for you right here on Cougar Puck Radio.
And we're back from Southside Ice Arena. Here, it's tied up 0-0 after one period. Both Catholic Central and Byron Center getting their fair share of opportunities in this opening period. Both Goheen and McKenzie being as good as advertised. If there's one thing to watch out in this game, it's the penalties. Byron Center already taking 4 penalties in the first period. We talked about it a lot, them being at 141 penalty minutes coming into this one. Catholic Central wasn't able to capitalize on any of the power plays, going 0-2 on the man advantage so far. They got about 10 seconds remaining in the Alaska elbow link penalty late in the first period. That will transfer into the second period. We'll see what transpires from that. But something, if you're Byron Center, you have to clean up these penalties. You cannot go down a man, especially late in this game, with it being as close as it is. Shots in the opening period. Catholic Central has 8 shots on net. Byron Center with 4. Catholic Central having a couple of opportunities in the offensive zone. There's a number of shots coming from multiple players. I know Outwater had a couple of shots in the opening period, along with some notable other players. McKenzie holding good though so far, being as good as advertised as he's been so far. There's a reason both of these two teams have some of the best netminders in the OK-Roo Conference. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, this is the only OK-Roo game in action today. Catholic Central will be back in action tomorrow right here at the other arena at Southside Ice Arena, going against Lumen Christi at 2 p.m. right here. You can see that game right here on Cougar Puck Radio. 2 more games for tomorrow in the OK-Roo. Forest Hill Central taking on Granville, the 4th place team in the OK-Roo. That one is, we do not have a start time for that game. Another game in the OK-Roo is Forest Hills Northern and Eastern taking on the 5th place Canoa Hills, trying to have a little bit of a bounce back. Their season not starting the way they wanted it to so far, but trying to get a bounce back win tomorrow against Forest Hills Northern and Eastern. Taking a look at the Cougars out-of-town scoreboard, both the boys, JV, and freshman basketball teams are in a tournament in East Lansing this week. We will get scores from that tournament as soon as they are available. Well, 17 minutes are in the books. The Zambonis almost done making its round. We got 17 more minutes coming up on Cougar Puck Radio right after this.
And we're back here inside Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves alongside Derek Steele for period number 2 of this Southside shindig. We're scoreless after 1 period of play. And Derek, Catholic Central struggled on the power play in that first period. They had multiple opportunities, but they really weren't able to get anything going.
Yeah, it's really important for them to get going on the power play. They know they're going to get opportunities in this one. We've touched on it time and time again. Byron Center gets penalized. 141 minutes coming into this one. There's already 4 penalties on them. Lasker already has 2. He has 14 penalty minutes now officially on the season. There's 10 seconds still on his elbowing penalty. Catholic Central needs to start taking advantage of these opportunities given to them by Byron Center.
Puck drop at center. We are back underway. Catholic Central in the blue with white trim. Byron Center in the white with orange and black trim. Across the way it comes back out. Catholic Central is in an offside position, and thus there will be a whistle. 13 seconds gone here in period 2. So Byron Center killed off the last 10 seconds of that Lasker penalty. So Catholic Central officially 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Delayed offsides here on Catholic Central, but look out. Byron Center may have an opportunity back the other way. They're well offside. Yep, there you go. Getting caught in the zone, there was Dalton Clark, and that'll cause a stoppage of play.
We saw this a lot in the first period as well. The stop and play, there really wasn't a flow of continuous play in the first period. We're starting to see it in the second period as well. It's so hard to get momentum on your side when it's so stop and start.
We were a little bit free-flowing through the opening half of that first period, but it really became stop and start as both these two teams started to find each other. And oh, look out! Nemechek from the slot taken down. He's getting in Clark's stick caught up in Nemechek, but McKenzie had to find that loose puck as it ricocheted off of Nemechek's skate and rolled in on the netminder. Tyson McKenzie 7-0 this season, 119 goals against average, 941. He has been absolutely phenomenal for Byron Center thus far this season.
I think the thing that's most impressive about McKenzie are the 2 shutouts he has on this season. It's very rare to see a goalie be able to go a full game without letting up a goal. He's done it twice this year so far.
Exactly, he and Goheen, the 2 netminders on the ice this afternoon. The top 2 goaltenders in the OKRU that have played at least 7 games in terms of save percentage. And both these 2 clubs have, as a result, with those 2 goaltenders, both these clubs have very good netminding pairs this season.
Something else that I find very impressive about the Bulldogs netminders is both McKenzie and Devin Lay, the backup goaltender for the Bulldogs. They've only given up the most goals they've given up in a game is 3. They've done it twice so far this year. They haven't given up that 4th goal so far this year.
Byron Center, as a team, has been very stout defensively. Oh, look out. Freusland's going to beat Pollock. Oh, he's taken down. And what's the result going to be? It's a penalty shot. Indeed, Freusland taken down by Zach Westrick, and a penalty shot is going to result. My goodness, Westrick going Superman on the ice, takes out the skates from underneath Freusland. That's really an easy call for the referee. So Byron Center, I believe, has the option to take a penalty shot. It looks like they will take that option. It'll be Freusland. Jackson Freusland, 9 goals, 10 assists on the campaign, going up against Goheen. Freusland skates toward the puck, picks it up at the AQ logo, goes straight in on Goheen. Will go to the forehand, saved by Goheen.
Huge save there by Goheen. I have a feeling this one's going to come down to capitalizing on the other team's mistakes. It was a mistake given to Freusland getting the opportunity to take the penalty shot. He wasn't able to capitalize it. It's going to come down to special teams in this one today. Which team is going to be able to capitalize on special teams more?
Indeed, that penalty shot coming 130 in. But nothing happened. Oh, look out. Coming in there was Kemming, and he catapults over Goheen. Nothing coming of that, though, as both teams recognize it as a little bit of a mishap. So 2 penalty shots in the last 2 games for CC. They had one given to them against East Grand Rapids. Here's a shot from the left point there by Broham, and a glove save there by Goheen. But it's been, and then that one committed by Zach Westrick, and that resulted in a golden opportunity for Jackson Friesland, but the goaltenders have come up on the right end of both the last 2 penalty shots that Catholic Central has participated in. Now, look out, the Bulldogs go to work in the offensive end. Sanholm works it up for Broham, a shot kicked off the end boards, and it'll come to the near side for Beatonpool. Beatonpool down the right wall, left it off there for Sanholm. He had it poked away from him, though, by Alex Sager. Going behind the net, Bryce Permoda. Crunch to the wall, it comes free. Bulldogs working in the offensive zone to our right. Look out, Goheen let that puck go. Oh, it bounced just wide of the net. Going after it there was Permoda, and somehow that trickled just wide, and icing's going to be waved off.
If you're a Cougars fan right now, I have a feeling you're counting your blessings. I do not know how Goheen was able to keep that one out of the back of the net. That looked like a little, I don't even know how to explain that.
Goheen had made the initial save from the top, from the left wing circle. He made the save, and it kind of hopped off of his blocker up into the air and just trickled by the right post and stayed out, and he gobbles this one up from Pratt in the right half wall. 14-18 to go here in period number 2.
I've seen some impressive saves this year. That might be one of the most impressive non-goals I've seen so far this year.
It's more of a miracle than anything that it stayed out. Trent Goheen can't really thank his post on that one, but he can certainly thank physics. Oh, look out, a shot from the right point there by Story. Whistled high. Story keeps it in left point. Good job there by the defenseman for Byron Center. Now look out, working it on goals. Poked up into the air by Goheen. Picking it up in the near side. Here's Clark in the corner. Clark worked it up there for Nicholas. Nicholas pinned up against the half wall. It comes free. Here's Pratt high slot. Pratt chipped it over. A miscommunication between Nicholas and Philo, and leads to a turnover for BC, but they get it right back. Pratt along the far half wall. Pinned to the boards. It's 2-on-2. Blue shirts and white. Philo, left point, throws it down. Oh, it took a nasty deflection there off of Clark's skate and will come to the near corner. Battling for it there is eventually won out there by Pratt, but it's worked to the corner, and Story steps into his man and gets the puck. He slides it across a wide open Pratt. It hopped over his blade, and he threw it across the face of goal, and Goheen moving to his left, and guess what? That net came off its moorings once more, and we'll have a stoppage of play. 13:22 remaining here in period 2. After we saw Catholic Central kind of control that opening period, at least through the first half, it's been Byron Center a little bit more in the offensive end here through the first couple of minutes of period 2.
I think the biggest thing for Catholic Central right now is the turnovers in the defensive zone. There's a couple of times on that last play they gave the puck up and they gave Byron Center opportunities, as it's Byron Center winning the face-off there. Again, it's the opportunity off the draw, trying to get a shot on Goheen.
Puck blocked into the near corner. Trying to get it out there on the backhand, and successfully doing that was Nolan Nemechek. However, it will go for icing with 13:04 to go, period 2. Catholic Central hemmed in their own zone here as of late, unable to get out. We are scoreless here at Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele on the call for it. Gabe Groh working the camera for us. It's good to be back here on the airwaves of Cougar Puck Radio. We're filling in for Matt Geika Thanks to him for reaching out and giving us this opportunity here this afternoon to bring you all the action of Catholic Central hockey in this game of the week. One of the biggest games in the West Michigan area. Byron Center and Catholic Central. Look out, puck's poked free. Look out, Schweigert's chasing after the puck. He can't get a handle on it, and Westrick will chase it into the corner along there with Broem. Puck is free up to the right point. Here's a shot by Berta that deflected wide, and it'll be picked up here by Peyton-Pole. Throws it around the boards. Breet, look out, numbers for Byron Center. However, it's gotten to the puck there by Preston Berta, and he'll play it off the glass across the way to Nate Silva. He's run into the boards. Puck free. Side of that in the left circle, picked up by Freusland. Freusland, his shot from a tight angle was denied. He'll get it back. Right circle high up to the left point, but it was a bad pass, and Broem will take it and try to move up right wing in the offensive end. They can't get around the linesman as she blocked his way. Now Nate Silva picks up a loose change of the right wall. Will work over the line, lost the puck to Broem. Broem's clearing attempt was denied. Here's Nate Silva, chips it up to the high slot. Kwiatkowski, a shot blocked there by McKenzie. 11:48 to go, scoreless here at Southside. Nemechek out of neutral ice, his clearing attempt, and look out, penalty coming up. Ryder Mulvey's going to go off for a trip. Byron Center to the power play. Catholic Central will go a man down for the first time this afternoon. Time of the penalty, 5:20. Byron Center on the first power play of the night. Draw to the left of Trent Goheen off the tie-up in the circle. Catholic Central will take it. It took an odd hop off the stanchion, and look down, here's Nemechek. Had an opportunity maybe to go in, but elects the safer option and just dumps it in. 1:46 to go on the penalty to Mulvey. Catholic Central on a Fox Motors penalty kill. Pratt centers it. Nicholas into the slot. It bounces around, taken by Pratt. Spins around, it popped up in the air, and it comes to the far corner. Oh, and Silva got belted into the boards. And they got an offside here on Byron Center with 11:07 to go in period 2.
One of the things that's impressed me the most about both teams is their tenacity to the puck. Neither team seems to give up when they're out of the play, so to speak. We saw the breakaway opportunity for the Cougars earlier in this period, and it was Byron Center who was able to get back, knock the puck away from the Catholic Central skater, and now Catholic Central finding themselves on the man advantage, just calmly playing their game, playing their style of hockey, clearing the puck out of their zone.
That goes up and hit the stanchion where the glass starts right after the Byron Center bench, so we'll have a stoppage of play once again. And you talk about your keys to the game, Derek. Score early and apply pressure. Catholic Central hasn't been able to score, but they've certainly been able to apply some pressure here to Byron Center.
Yeah, you talked about it in the first period. The first period, especially that first half of the first period, it felt like Catholic Central's game. They were getting some shots on McKenzie. They were controlling time of puck.
Oh, beautiful one-touch pass from Nicholas across. It couldn't be finished by Caminga. Byron Center will be forced to chase this one 200 feet as the Cougars ice the puck. 1:04 left in the Mulvey power play. Now look out, Westrick in the slot, and Outwater sailed it. Outwater still pursuing the puck. He's able to work it away from Freusland, but look out, here come the Bulldogs left to right here in period 2. Over the line, Freusland to the outside. Looks like he lost an edge. Byron Center may have wanted a penalty, but they aren't going to get one. Puck free in the corner. Bulldogs able to come out with it. Nicholas dropped it off for Pratt. Up top for Nicholas once again, a shot. Blockered up and out of play by Goheen. Good save there by the netminder for Catholic Central.
We've talked about goaltending for both teams so far, and we said in pregame that it was going to be a goalie's game. We're a little less than halfway through the second period, still tied 0-0. Both netminders for both teams are playing really well right now.
Passano tried to work the puck free off the draw, couldn't do so. Roman kept it in at the point. Oh, look out, that shot was deflected by Nate Sova, and going had to make a quick reaction save. 19 left on the penalty kill, and the Cougars will take it and dump it down the ice. Nate Sova chasing it after it there with Broem. Broem eventually picks up the puck. Will skate left to right. Pressured there by Nemechek. He's hammered into the boards. It's picked up off the wall by Permoda. Permoda across the way. His pass to neutral ice intercepted, and Ryder Mulvey, fresh out of the penalty box, will dump the puck in. 9:28 to go here in period 2. Braylon Atwater picked up the loose puck in neutral ice. Passano will work it free. Across the way, it's taken by Alexa. And a massive hit there at neutral ice, looks like by Brady Breed, and that's going to draw a penalty. Catholic Central is going to go back on a roughing penalty here on Brady Breed. So CC 0 for 3 on the power play here today. What can they do here with this one?
I don't know if you heard it, the Catholic Central fans to our left being a little vocal there about that penalty. Wasn't called right away, but the ref was able to make the right call there on the roughing penalty.
Just a side note, it's always fun when the music over the PA here is anything Rush, and that's what we got right now. Fly by night. The background music here to this one.
Good music choices so far today.
I'd say had some pretty good music here, but let's turn our attention down to the ice where, oh, look out, and they score! A crazy short-handed opportunity, and the Bulldogs strike first. Bulldogs strike first. 8-0-1 into this one. What a crazy goal.
We saw the almost goal earlier in this period. Goheen wasn't able to see it. It's the same thing there. It hit off a Catholic Central player, and Goheen just wasn't able to see it. He was on the wrong side of the net, and it was an easy tap in there for Brem for the 1-0 Byron Center lead.
Well, Brem, I believe, getting the goal. Couldn't really hear the public address. Over the line, here's Mulvey. Cougars still on the power play. It's deflected high, and that one was a good result of a good forecheck here by Byron Center, and McKenzie is able to pounce on that one at the side of the net. If I did hear it right, it is Brem. It's his second of the year.
4th point on the year for Lauren Brem. What I'm going to be interested to see here from Catholic Central is, okay, you had a play that didn't really go your way. You're down 1-0 now. You're still on the power play for another 1:15, 1:13 now. How are you going to respond to a little bit of adversity here in the second period?
And it looked like that shot from Brem. He was applying the forecheck on Catholic Central in the left circle, which is something that Byron Center does so very well. And it was just a crazy cattywampus. Now look out, Nemechek in, and he ripped it high. Face-off is going to stay in the zone, I believe. And it hit the right post behind Goheen and laid in the crease. Goheen didn't know where it was, and Brem not only knocked the puck away, but was then able to find the loose puck and jam it home. 8:09 to go here, period 2. Catholic Central still on the power play for another 50 seconds. Kwiatkowski cycles it over to Mulvey. Here's Sylvain with a shot. Save, rebound, loose in the sliding. It skips past Kwiatkowski out to center ice. 40 seconds to go on the Breet Minor penalty for a rough. Byron Center scoring a shorthanded goal. They're up 1-0. Looking for another one, Sandholm. Linear side, works it free and gets it out to neutral ice. Peyton Pohl will take it and dump it in. Trent Goheen out of his net. A bit of a miscommunication there with Nemechek. Delays the breakout. Here's Nate Silva up the left wing. Bumped to the boards there by Clark. Loose puck is poked free. Kwiatkowski Trying to work it through center ice, poked free by Mulvey. He'll work to the left circle. Look in, score! A power play goal! And Ryder Mulvey has his third of the year. Catholic Central ties it right back up.
The thing between good and great teams is how do you respond to adversity? We talked about Brem's shorthanded goal, little bit of adversity for Catholic Central. How do they respond? Ryder Mulvey, power play goal, making this one 1-1.
Time of the goal coming at 9:40. So minute and 39 after Byron Center opened up the scoring. Ryder Mulvey strikes right back on the power play, and we are deadlocked once more. Oh, look out, right in the slot, a wide open Dalton Clark fed on that one, and now Schweigert's ahead with a Westrick, but he's going to be offsides just barely. And holding his head is Cade Pratt, and I don't know, Dalton Clark just fanned on that one-timer in the slot. It could have so easily been a 2-1 game.
We've talked a lot today about the almost. That's another one, the almost for both teams. We got a good one in store here, 1-1 late in the second period.
Right off the draw, Freusland takes it and dumps it up the right wing boards. Chasing it after it is Clark. He missed on that opportunity just moments ago. Freusland around behind the net, puts on the brakes, throws it out in front. Good stick work there by Trent Going to poke it away. Now here come the Cougars, pass up just too far out of the reach there for Luke Going. Going, albeit a freshman, getting a good amount of playing time here this afternoon with a couple of key players out, including Captain Colin Hoffer. Not with a lower body injury.
Yeah,
along with Bennett Rubline and Ian Schweigert.
The broadcast of today's game is the copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Cougar Puck Radio. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and CPR.
6:17 to go, period 2. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele on the call for you. Filling in for Matt Geico. Oh, look out, a shot there by Breit from the right face-off circle, and flashing the leather on that right hand was Trent Goheen. A spectacular save by the netminder for Catholic Central.
I've seen the Bulldogs go to that play a couple of times. Take your best shooter off a face-off, take a one-timer shot. Nice save there by Goheen.
Out water,
the leather.
In with Nemechek. Nemechek from a sharp angle. It whistled wide. Bates for left point, slaps it across to nobody in particular, the vacated right point. Now Outwater chasing the puck in after O'Keefe. Across the way, it'll be taken here by Passano. He's going after it with Ryder Mulvey. Mulvey's lost his glove. He's got to pick it up. Nemechek will take it and dump it behind the cage of McKenzie. 5:40 to go, period number 2. Catholic Central and Byron Center deadlocked in 1. They were separated only for a minute and 39. Behind the net, Freusland lost the puck. Bates takes it, tries to chip it up the wall. Freusland intercepts though. Bottom of the left circle, Breed out in front. Freusland to the back door, and it's stretching out to make the save. Trent Goheen, and a scrum ensues. What a save there by Goheen.
We've seen it a couple of times from Trent Goheen. The ability and the fearlessness, I should say, to come out of the crease. We saw it once again there, going to his left, diving on top of the puck to get the whistle and the faceoff to his left.
5:20 to go in period 2. Cougars win the draw. Up right wingers Nate Sylvan on a 2-on-2. He dumps it in. Zach Westrick turns on the Jets to go after it, and McKenzie puts a stop to that after he corrals it off the wall.
We've seen it a couple of times, especially after stoppages. The extracurriculars from both teams. Good job by the referee, the ref there, to be able to get it in and break it up before anything ensued from it.
Oh, look out. The Bulldogs have an opportunity. Chasing the puck with speed is Brem, a good back check there by Catholic Central, and the resulting defensive work was superb. Up the right wing, Cougars trying out of the zone. Crunch to the boards there was Drew Schweigert. And McKenzie once again will hold play behind his net.
Good play there by McKenzie to get the stoppage of play. There was a couple of Cougar players on the forecheck for Catholic Central there that might have been able to beat the back check from the Bulldogs to get an opportunity. We've seen the hockey IQ from Carson McKenzie a handful of times today. He knows hockey, and there's a reason why he's one of the best goaltenders in the OKRU this year.
He's been one of the best goaltenders in West Michigan hockey for a long time. Here's Henges over the line. Oh, he got decked there by Kwiatkowski. Stapled into the end boards, lost his twig in the process. He'll pick it up, but Trent Goheen finds the loose chains and will hold on.
Same thing there by Goheen, being able to recognize that there was a forecheck coming from the Bulldogs with speed and with momentum, just pitting his glove on top of the puck, not trying to be too dangerous, be too fancy with it, getting the stoppage of play and letting your team reset on the faceoff.
Cougars trying to break out here, and they do. But the Bulldogs take control at neutral ice. Cade Pratt slides it across. Here's Nicholas. He lost the puck at neutral ice. Stepping around a check there was Nemechek. And oh, he's shaking his head. He's like, you're going to try that on me?
Pratt got the worst end of that hit, sliding into the boards. Good to see him be able to get up. No damage from that one.
A nice job by Nemechek to step aside from that one at neutral ice. Looked like Pratt had him lined up from about 10 feet out, and it was a good hit, but didn't connect. 4:10 to go, period 2. Stay with us for the second intermission report. I'll have that one for you. Here we'll take a look at the professional out-of-town scoreboard. Loose puck on the high slot, Catholic Central. And here's a shot, saved by Goheen. Oh, and a quick whistle. Goheen never had that. And Byron Center shouldn't be too happy about that. Goheen was juggling that in his glove. And Nicholas knows it. He's asking the referee, why the heck didn't you call that? Or why the heck you whistled that down? The referee's response is going to be simple. Lost sight of it. We'll have a face-off. 3:59 to go.
It looked like that one was in Goheen's mitt from where I am up here. He was juggling it, though. From the ref's vantage point, though, I could see how from him it looked like it was safely lodged in the netminder's net.
And I mean, admittedly, a referee myself, I've had a couple of quick whistles when the puck hasn't been covered, and especially from that angle, if you're on the opposite side from that shot, basically on the direction that shot's coming from, the goaltender's covering up on the far side, you have no clue whether or not that puck is covered. You're just going based off of where the puck is, and sometimes you assume, and referee thought that Goheen had that one, and wasn't the case. Icing the call here on Byron Center. 3:36 to go, period 2. We are deadlocked at 1. Rem got the scoring started with a shorty at 8:01, putting Byron Center up. Minute 39 later, Ryder Mulvey scored short side on that same power play to tie up the game. It's been a close game here in this game of the week between these two schools. Here's Drew Schweigert. Picks up the puck and dumps it in. Twin brother Ian is out for the year. Both of them seniors. They've played hockey with each other for the longest time. Here's Kwiatkowski, high slot line. A shot goes, save the rebound. In the slot, they score! Here's Schweigert. Jams it home under the bar. And with 3:01 left in period 2, Catholic Central has their first lead of the hockey game.
Great play there by Schweiger, being able to read it off the redirect and pin it past McKenzie. We talked about it in pregame, getting pressure on McKenzie. When you pit Byron Center on their heels, good things are going to happen there. We saw it once again there from Schweigert.
Schweigert's 4th of the campaign in his senior year. Bit of line change confusion as Alex Sager's going to have to come out defensively for Catholic Central. He swaps with Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski will now play on the left defense. So Sova and Westrick getting in on that one. For Sova, that's his 9th assist, and Westrick, that's his 8th. Go out to the right of Trent Gilheen. Won by the Bulldogs. Here's a shot. Oh, that took a crazy deflection in the left circle off that shot from Philo, and Going stretched out the right pad. Some gymnastics in net for CC, and they get away with it. 2:46 to go, period 2.
Good play there by Goheen, not giving up on that play, being able to understand that he didn't have a clear angle on that one, and being able to get the pad out to make that save.
Puck free at the side of the net, eventually squirts free across the way. Shane Kwiatkowski turns on the Jets. Up the right wing, over the line, toe drags into the slot, had the puck poked away. Good defensive work there by Colin Story coming back for BC. Speaking of which, he has the puck in neutral ice, dumps it in, intercepted though by Braylon Outwater. Plays it to the near side off the wall, picked up by Philo. Across the way, Story throws it in, it's deflected into the offensive end, and penalty is going to come up here against Braylon Outwater. Looks like he's going to go off for head contact here. Maybe it, we'll see what it is. Referee went up to the board, or went up to the penalty box. Discuss. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty on Outwater. Here at the 14:46 mark. But it'll result in the Byron Center so it's indirect head contact, meaning that no 10-minute misconduct comes along with it. Here's Philo at it, neutral ice. 1:40 left on the man advantage for Byron Center. So far in the night, they're 0-for-1. Got off a rider, unsuccessful on a rider movie penalty earlier in this period. Here's Philo's shot from the left point, from the high slot, redirected. Behind the net, Freusland, pinned to the boards by Holloman. Puck free at the side of the net, couldn't be jammed home. Nicholas pulls it up right point. Nicholas charges and walks the line into the left circle. Let's a shot go, he ripped it high. And the rebound will circle around to the near side. Philo keeps it in right point. 1:09 to go, the Let's Go Bulldogs chant going on to our right from the Byron Center fans. Freusland works it free. Here's Philo, left circle, a shot, he ripped it wide. And now Going's tied up with a Bulldog defenseman out in front, and Freusland pokes it through. And Nate Sova collects those chains across the way, dumps it down the ice. 48 seconds to go. Look out, McKenzie came way out of his net with a charging Nate Sova right on him. Here's Nicholas over the line, dropped it off for Kaminga. His pass, though, deflected, but the Cougars can't get it out. It's free along the near side. It's worked out here by Nemechek. Nemechek to the outside. 33 seconds to go on the penalty kill, but he's rubbed out to the outside. 26 to go. And the man advantage, 37 to go in the period. Freusland to the outside. Rubbed out there, lost the puck, gets it back. Nicholas on the near half wall, sends it across. Here in the high slot, Laska fires it high. Rebound, loose to the side of the net. Bulldogs still have it, and he rips it high from in tight. And the puck will come out to neutral ice with 15 seconds to go. Ryder Mulvey had his stick knocked away with the power of that pass that he tried to deflect, as the Cougars have killed off this one. And this is going to be icing here on the Cougars, and it's the right call, but still wonder why high school hasn't changed to the non-automatic icing, because that Westrick was right on that one, and they blew the play dead, and rightfully so. It was icing, but something tells me high school might change that rule in a couple of years.
That's one of those plays, if you're the Cougars, you got to kind of shake that off. Go, okay, the call didn't go our ways. Got to face off in your own end. Don't give up a late period goal.
Cougars win the draw, and we'll send it down the ice as time expires. Second period is in the books. Both teams score. Catholic Central scores one more than Byron Center. We head to the break. 2-1 Catholic Central at the end of 2 periods of play. Stay with us. Second intermission coming up next here on Cougar Puck Radio. Period 2 is in the books, and what an eventful one it was as we bring you back here at Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves filling in for Matt Geika here on the airwaves of Cougar Puck Radio. Happy to have you with me for intermission number 2, and let's recap a busy second period for these two teams. Things got going early on with a penalty shot as Zach Westbrook took down his man took down Freusland on the right wing as he charged into the zone, and it was really a diving. Westbrook was coming from behind. He dove, took the feet out from Freusland, and it ended up resulting in a penalty shot. However, it wasn't really a fancy one for that matter, as Freusland just walked right in and snapped the shot wide past Goheen, and that is how we remained scoreless. However, at 7:44, after the Cougars had killed off a Ryder Mulvey penalty, they were given a power play of their own. Brady Breet took out a man at neutral ice. He was sent off for a roughing, and that put Catholic Central on the power play. However, it would be Byron Center that would open the scoring on that penalty kill. They got a shorthanded, crazy goal where in the left wing circle, Brem was chasing after it, providing the forecheck that Byron Center does so well on that penalty kill. He whacked the puck free. It fluttered up in the air. Goheen had it for him. It hit the right post and bounced right back across the crease to the left side. Brem beat his man to it for the easy poke and goal. His first of the night and second of the year. And Catholic Central found themselves down off of a shorthanded goal for Byron Center. 1 minute and 39 seconds later, though, Ryder Mulvey picked up a pass from Nate Sova on left wing. He charged it into the zone. He worked in. His shot worked under the blocker of Carson McKenzie for the goal for Catholic Central on the power play, tying up the game at 9:40. Drew Schweigert would then get the go-ahead goal for Catholic Central at 13:59 from Sova and Westrick, and that's where we stand at the end of two periods. Shots on goal in that second period, 15-9 in favor of Byron Center. They pour on the pressure. After only just 4 shots on goal in period number 1, they lead the Cougars 19-17 in that category. But Catholic Central is ahead in what matters, the goals. It's 2-1 here at the close of two periods. Now we move on to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard for the Grand Rapids Griffins. They're at Chicago on Thursday, inactive here this afternoon. They lost to Chicago 5-1 back on Saturday. They rematch them Thursday at 8 p.m. Bob Caves will have the call for you on Wood Radio 1300, 106.9 FM, and you can listen either on your radio or on iHeartRadio as well. The Detroit Red Wings lost to the Washington Capitals last night, 4-3 in overtime after having a 2-0 lead, and they had a collapse, but they kept Ovechkin from passing Howe with the all-time goals, and so Ovi has to wait yet another night. Tampa Bay will take on the Red Wings tomorrow night at 7 p.m. You can watch that on Bally Sports Detroit or take a listen on WXYT 97.1, the ticket out of Detroit. Taking a look at the rest of the National Hockey League. Nobody on right now as we are in the early afternoon, but a couple of games later on tonight. 4 games at 7. Columbus is at Philadelphia. New York Rangers take on Pittsburgh on the road. The Devils visit the Hurricanes. Toronto takes on Tampa Bay. All those games at 7. The lone 8 o'clock game, Winnipeg hosts Ottawa. And then all the games on the West Coast then commence. Seattle hosts St. Louis at 10. And then at 10:30, LA takes on Anaheim, and Calgary visits San Jose. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard, and as well, our second intermission report. Third period, the final 17 minutes of regulation, coming up next right here on Cougar Puck Radio. Don't go away. 2 on the score after 2. Okay, this game's going a lot better than my last play-by-play game.
I guess I'm just a better color person than Devin.
No, it wasn't. Stumbling over myself. It wasn't a. It was just I couldn't get words to work.
Southside Shindig.
Because it's both teams Southside. Going from math screws up.
Oh, I put down on my score sheet like for 20 minutes a couple of times, and I had to erase it and fix it.
It's weird. Like, you spend 2 straight seasons going for 20 minutes, and then you get 4 games in there, of 17. It screws you all up. It's just 16 and 59.
What'd you say?
It's just 16 and 60. That's the math. No, it's a math.
And we're back here at Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves alongside Derek Steele filling in for Matt Geica. Both teams making their way back onto the ice, and Derek, Catholic Central finds themselves up 2-1 on an undefeated Byron Center squad. How do they finish out here in this third period to come home with a win?
One of the biggest things you need to do, no matter what sport it is in the final period, in the final quarter, whatever it is, final inning if it's baseball, don't take your foot off the gas pedal. If you're Catholic Central, play this game like it's still 0-0, like you're still trying to get goal number 1 on Carson McKenzie. 2 really good shots in the second period by Mulvey and Schweigert. Need to do it again. You need to continue scoring, especially against a really good forecheck like what Byron Center has.
Byron Center has had a phenomenal game. They've had a great forecheck, but they find themselves down 1. 17 minutes on the clock here at Southside Ice Arena. Catholic Central will go left to right across your radio dial. Byron Center right to left. Catholic Central in the blues, and Byron Center in the white and orange. Face off at center. We are underway in the final period of the Southside Shindig. Look out, a quick 3-on-1. Oh, just barely offsides. Just over the line was Outwater on the near side, and Byron Center catches a break here
Nemesek
in period 3.
Nemesek looking around at the ref saying, what do I have to do to catch a break? That one inches offsides.
And rightfully, it was a good call by the linesman right on it, but ended up not going Catholic Central's way, and they had numbers of 3-on-1. Now Catholic Central may have a 3-on-2 here, but they can't get in the blue line, and now they do, but again another offside, and we'll have another stop to play. 26 seconds gone in period number 3. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele inside the broadcast booth, filling in for Matt Geica. We'll be back after these 2 games for Catholic Central. His day job takes him away from these 2 p.m. starts, and we're happy to fill in for him here on Cougar Puck Radio. Gabe Grohl working the camera for us here this afternoon. Been doing a phenomenal job. Good to have him back with us, part of the original Cougar Puck Radio crew as well. Here's Nicholas on the right wing, sends it up to the near side, Braum. Braum, whole lot of shot going solid away, catches it with the leather, and holds on with 16:15 to go in regulation.
I like how nonchalantly Going made that save. He just slid probably 4 or 5 inches to his right, just stuck out the mitt, said, yeah, I got this. Pit the face off to my right.
Here come the Bulldogs after winning that offensive zone draw. Nicholas picks up a loose puck after the block shot, though he's robbed out of the play there by Schweigert. Puck intercepted, Pratt kept it in, and now the puck is poked back to the poked back to the Byron Center line. Here comes Broem over the line. He lost the puck. And it's past head. Look out, Nate Silva's over the line. He lost the puck in a bit of a Forsberg moment. He was way ahead of that pass. Had to slow up at the blue line. Radio dial into the offensive end. Rubbed up against the boards. There is Clark. Puck free in the corner. It's worked up Philo. Worked it down low to Pratt. Clark lost it. Oh, Nicholas teed it up from the top of the left circle, and he ripped it high. Up at the right point, slid across to the near side. Philo, his shot goes intentionally wide. It took a carom off the wall, and we got a penalty coming up here. A high sticking penalty on Catholic Central, so Byron Center to the power play. Westrick off, and the Cougars now go a man down.
Yeah, if you're Catholic Central, you can't be committing those penalties. You're only up 1 goal. If Byron Center is able to capitalize on the power play, it's going to be a tied game. It's going to be a brand new hockey game.
Byron Center 0 for 2 on the man advantage so far this afternoon. Look out, Nicholas in! Oh, it kept off the line! Great play there by Preston Burnett defensively to scrape that puck off of the goal line and keep it out. We remain 2-1. Now Catholic Central providing the forecheck here on the penalty kill. Kaminga found Freusland. Freusland turns on the Jets and circles the zone. Oh, he fed it out in front. Pratt had to just go by him. And now a shot blocked there by Pratt. He got it up. Philo at the right point. His shot was right on going. He made the save. Across the way, Nicholas. He's been kept off the score sheet, and referee let that go. Braylon Hotwater hauled Luke Nicholas down. Byron Center fans probably rightfully so wanting a penalty, and now look out. Going makes the save on Brent from the bottom of the right circle. 1:03 to go in the Westrick Minor. 14:04 to go in period number 3.
Good play there by the Cougars, not letting Byron Center set up the shots they want. They want to get the puck to Nicholas, their best scorer. He's one of the top scorers in the OKRU and all of high school hockey, honestly. Good job there by the Cougars, not letting Byron Center feed their top scorer.
Byron Center wins the offensive zone draw. Right point slid over to Laska. Laska, his shot came off the end boards. And going, diving back. The virtuoso pouncing on the puck. 55 to go in the Westrick Minor.
As many times as we see going, diving for the puck, it never gets old seeing the netminder dive for those pucks. That's probably 4 or 5 dives he's had today. He likes to be active in the crease.
Philo off the draw, holds a high slot. His shot took a couple of bounces on its way through, and it ends up deflecting high out of play. 13:49 to go here in period 3. Catholic Central up 2-1 on the undefeated Byron Center Bulldogs. Catholic Central hasn't won in over 2 years against these Bulldogs. Here's Freusland, his shot off the glove of going, and then the post right after that. Here's Nate Sova up left wing. Will employ that up and chase method, but Josh Philo beat him to it. Philo tags up with Freusland. Freusland feeds it across over the line. Here's Story. Story halts at the right half wall up top for Josh Philo. He's wide open, steps into the right circle. He'll let a shot go, and it rips around the boards, and it's past Freusland and comes out to neutral ice. Freusland still controls, will step in over the line. Left side, dropped it back, and out came into the slot. A shot saving the rebound. That was backed into the Freusland's backhand pass, didn't go. Puck is loose at the right point, and it's eventually worked out. Delayed offside here on the Bulldogs. Bates across the way, halts behind his net. Catholic Central moving left to right here in this third period of play from Southside Ice Arena. Regan Cleves, Derek Steele on the call for Matt Geika here this afternoon in a 2-1 Southside shindig. Here's Nate Sova, steps over the line, spins trying to get the puck, got it to Westrick in the corner. Up the wall, trying to work it free there. At the near side is Berta, but he got it down low, but in enemy hands. Laxa moved it across to Nicholas. Nicholas over the line with Pratt. He'll move into the left circle. He's got it, fed it out in front. And the Cougars come away with it. Pardon the picture break up there for a second. Now the Cougars controlling the offensive end. Nemechek down the wall. Look out. Outwater moves in. And a stellar save there by McKenzie. Squared up and made the save. 11:40 to go here in period 3.
McKenzie was able to see that one all the way off of Outwater's stick. But fans, tune in to Cougar Puck Radio tomorrow when Cougars take on Lumen Christi for the first time since the 2021 regional semifinal. Regan and I will have the call starting at 2 p.m. right here on your home for Catholic Central Hockey.
A long shot lifted in there by Holloman. McKenzie gloved it and left it.
That was Byron Center able to beat off the icing call there.
Now look out, Catholic Central may have a 3-on-2. Outwater over the line. He'll let a shot go, kicked away by McKenzie. Outwater across the way, taking to the boards there. Hard is Luke going. Puck is free in the near half boards. It's worked free. Here's a shot from Holloman at the right point. Rims around the boards. It was poked past Sager. Look out, here's Breet. Down the right wing, boxed out there by Mulvey. Mulvey was able to poke it free, and Going picks it up. Sends it forward too far there for Brody Potter, but it's eventually worked free, and the Bulldogs controlling their own end. 10:43 to go here in regulation. Catholic Central up 2-1 on the Byron Center Bulldogs.
Good plays by both defenses. No team right now is really able to set up their forecheck. It's just a back and forth game of hockey. No team able to get a clear edge on the other right now.
Puck is free across the way. Again, we apologize for the picture breakup here. We'll try to solve that here as it's poked into the near side. Across the way, Nicholas holds it to the right point. We'll throw it down low. It's knocked away. The near side. And it's out to neutral ice once more. Thrown back in. The near side, Promoda. Sanholm getting tied up with Berta. Berta's letting him get up and throwing a glove into the offensive end there was Sanholm. Byron Center chases the puck back into their own end and will regroup. Look out! Puck comes up almost to the broadcast booth. And we have a stoppage of play.
Flock of fans come in, chasing that one. Luckily, that didn't hit anyone, probably about 5-6 feet from where I'm standing in the broadcast booth. That one just came flying up here. Like I said, thankfully, no one got hurt on that one. As it's the Bulldogs to win the faceoff, sends it deep into their offensive zone. There's a hit along the boards. Mulvey with it. Sends it up along. There it is. Catholic Central trying to find something. Retreats as that was Goheen. Catholic Central back with it, trying to find Nemechek.
And here come the Cougars. Here's Nemechek over the line and barely off sides with Mulvey, and we'll have a stoppage of play, and now Nemechek gets run into the boards after the play, and that was such a quick whistle. I don't blame Nemechek, but I also understand why the Bulldogs are getting after him for shooting that puck after the whistle. And we apologize for those momentary technical difficulties, but we should have them solved. 8:50 to go here in period 3. Catholic Central clinging to a 2-1 lead. Byron Center has had a couple of opportunities. They've controlled mainly the first half of this third. Nicholas won the draw easily, and Byron Center will move it out. Nicholas slid it over to Clark. Clark with Nicholas going to the face of goal, but Catholic Central is able to wrestle that puck away. Kwiatkowski played for Holloman in the near corner. Catholic Central left to right here in this third period. Wearing those blue home uniforms, much like the old Toronto Maple Leafs, and look out, a penalty coming here on Catholic Central. Looks like it's going to be a hooking penalty on Alex Pollock. So Pollock to the box at 8:34. Another opportunity for Byron Center, the third consecutive power play after Catholic Central opened up the game with 3 of their own. There's Field at the left point. We'll let a shot go there, deflected in, and then score! Right out in front, a beautiful deflection off the Philo. Shot from the left point. And it's Ashton Henges. Eli Kamminga getting the goal, and we're deadlocked at 2.
I talked about it earlier in the period. If you're the Cougars, you have to play clean hockey. That's the second penalty in the period for the Cougars. Finally, Byron Center able to capitalize on it and deadlock this one back at 2. We got a hockey game here, folks.
We are deadlocked halfway through this third period of play, and oh, look out, that goes up into the rafters. Roisland won that face-off back to Philo at the left point, and Kamminga set up shop in the slot. There was a deflection about 10 feet out in front of Goheen, and it was a good deflection, and there's really nothing Catholic Central netminder can do about that. 8:05 to go here in regulation. We're deadlocked here at Southside. Drew Schweigert already got a goal tonight. Will chase it in after Philo got the assist on that game-tying goal moments ago. Puck eventually works its way out to neutral ice before it's batted back in. Bulldogs take control. Up the right wing, here comes Clark with speed and a 3-on-2. Oh, let a shot go. It whistled wide by Goheen. Bates will hold behind his net, 7:30 to go. Catholic Central, their 2 goals bookended by Byron Center tallies, and we've got an icing here against Byron Center.
If you're looking for game reports, stats, schedules, and more, take a trip to mihshockeyhub.com. There you can find those and much more, including player information, standings, and more. That's mihshockeyhub.com.
7:24 to go here in period 3. Look out, Catholic Central may have an opportunity as Nemechek his pass. He didn't get enough mustard on it, and Byron Center forced a turnover. Here's Peyton Paul. Across the way, it's kept in by Kwiatkowski. He lofted a shot on goal, and McKenzie gobbled it up. 7:05 to go in period 3.
I really like how McKenzie's trusting himself, trusting what he's seeing. He's letting the game come to him. He gave up a couple of goals when the Schweiger and Mulvey in the second period. He's still not letting that rattle him, understanding that it's a tied game and his team still has a chance to walk out of here with a win.
Catholic Central wins the draw. Potter puts it down behind the goal. We'll chase after it after Paula got taken down. And it'll be swept out of there by Broham. Down the ice, look out. Pratt putting on the Jets and pressuring the Catholic Central defense and forces them into a turnover as they dump the puck. They'll tag up and dump the puck in. Kwiatkowski reverses behind the net. Look out, they gave it away. Pratt's pinned along the boards. Breet works it free to Nicholas, right half wall. We'll work it down for Breet once more, feeding it out in front. That took a deflection off of Nicholas. Now right back to Pratt, but it was just too far for him. Breet, the Bulldogs, controlling the zone. Now look out, Nicholas scores! But a one-timer from the left side of the slot. The Bulldogs have 2 goals in about 2 minutes, and they lead 3-2.
Good hockey players find key moments to make their imprint in this game. We haven't said Logan Nicholas's name yet in the scoring sheet. Finding a key moment with 6:16 left to give Byron Center the 3-2 lead.
For Nicholas, that's his 10th of the year, extending his lead in the OKRU to 25 points on the year. So Beaton Pole getting the assist, his third point of the year, all of them assists, but for Catholic Central, that's a backbreaker. You just let Byron Center tie it up on the power play, and they come back and get yet another goal. Nicholas, with all other teams inactive today, now has a 4-point lead over Leo Tilley. Forest Hills Northern Eastern in the OK group. Of the top 20, he does have now the lead in assists as well with scratch that. He didn't get an assist, he got a goal. Chasing in, here's Luke Philo. Around the boards across the way, Drew Schweigert chases after it. Stumped out to neutral ice and laid offside on the Bulldogs, forces Catholic Central to the group. Here's Zach Westrick over the line with Nate Silva. Silva goes to the bench. Westrick, show drag to the near side. Loose puck along the boards, the Byron Center student section. Oh, look out. Almost setting over the glass there was Laska. Laska takes it back at neutral ice once more, plays it off the boards across the way. Trying to get it out there was Sager, but he couldn't do so. Oh, that puck was barely onside. Outwater chasing after it. Mulvey got clipped up high. Cougars in the offensive end. Nemechek pokes the puck free into the corner. Outwater in after it for Catholic Central. Puck is poked up the wall. Kwiatkowski's got to get back defensively, and with the long reach of his stick, he does. Ryder Mulvey chasing it after it. Got the first goal of the night for Catholic Central. It's thrown around the boards across the way. Bulldogs breaking out right to left, and they do. Here's Promoda over the line into the slot. A shot saved by going to the rebound. Another quick whistle from the referee, and he is hearing it from Braden Sandholm. And Sandholm's got a right to be frustrated, as Going did not have the puck whatsoever. And again, referee cannot see that puck. I mean, it might behoove him in general to wait a little bit before blowing that whistle, but if you lose sight of it, you're going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, nothing you can do there. Obviously, as there's a penalty coming up.
A penalty coming up here on Catholic Central Outwater. We missed it. Sorry about that. Outwater is off, putting Byron Center on the power play here at 12:41. Another penalty kill for Catholic Central. Look out, it slid across. Oh, that was ripped wide and off the back of the net. So Outwater off again. His sixth penalty minute of the night. He's had 3 infractions. Something that, sure, Coach Mike Slobodnik's going to talk about ahead of tomorrow's contest against Lumen Christi. But meanwhile, Catholic Central's got to focus on getting a game-tying goal here. They're down 1. 3-2 to Byron Center. Here's Freusland on the left half wall. Whole slider across, wide open. Nicholas back out in front, and squeezing the wickets is Goheen. And
I don't think Goheen knew where that puck was. It looked to be like one of his legs was resting on top of the puck, getting the whistle from the referee. Another good save by Goheen. If that's in the back of the net and Byron Center gets the 4-2 lead, that's really hard for Catholic Central to come back from. Key save there from Goheen.
2 goals in this third period. The difference right now, Byron Center entered down by 1. They now find themselves up by 1. 3-2 with 3:26 to go. Byron Center still looking for another power play goal here. They got 64 seconds left on that advantage. Look out, Ryder Mulvey picks up the puck through neutral ice. Had it poked away. Nate Silva right on it, though, with a wrist shot wide. Philo behind the net. Finds Nicholas near side. Now Nate Silva and Ryder Mulvey applying the pressure here for Byron Center. They're not going to get anything done, though. Philo with 3 minutes to go in regulation. Byron Center up by 1. 35 seconds to go on the Outwater minor. Drew Schweiger lost the puck through neutral ice. Kamiga picks it up just inside the line. He got the third period rally going here for Byron Center. with his 5th of the year. Puck skied through neutral ice, picked up by Brady, found Promoda through neutral ice. Promoda over the line, works in, shot saved by Going, up in the air, it's batted at, and Going pounces on top of it with Passano right out in front. And we have a stoppage of play, 8 seconds left in the Outwater penalty.
Goheen's come up time and time again with key saves yet again. Another key save there from Trent Goheen, keeping this a 3-2 game. Being able to see the puck all the way, seeing it sky in the air, being able to locate it and pounce on it to get the whistle and the face-off.
Promoted to dig in with Ryder Mulvey in the left wing circle of the Catholic Central end to our left. Linesman waiting for Byron Center to complete a line change before she drops the puck, and it's right off the draw. Breach shot deflected up and out of play. 5 seconds now to go in the Outwater penalty. Again, Promoda and Mulvey. Puck is dropped, and in the ensuing battle, comes free behind the net. Catholic Central now back to full strength. Now Brougham thought he had some space near side on Goheen, but the Catholic Central netminder used the stick and got it up and out of play. 2:11 to go, period 3. Catholic Central down by 1.
If you're Catholic Central, you want to start getting this puck out of your own zone. 2:11. Once they get out of their own zone, I might start seeing Goheen go off to get that extra skater to try and get the game-tying goal here.
Great steal by Westrick. Going stays put for the moment. Sova got the drop pass over the line and fanned on the shot. Now the Bulldogs look to move out. Here's Fila. Oh, he got absolutely decked there by Kwiatkowski, laying the buddy on Filo. Now Drew Schweigert steps around a hip check, Going, creeping out of his net. 1:33 to go here in period 3. There goes Going. He's to the bench. On comes Nemechek. Puck tied up in the left wing corner. They battle for it. It's along the wall. Nemechek coming in there. It eventually is worked free, but it's pinned up against the boards once again by Freusland. He plays it up to the point. Backhanded down there by Holloman, but it was intercepted. Now Holloman tees it up and wraps it around the board. 65 seconds to go in regulation. Catholic Central needs one, and they need one desperately. Here's Nemechek over the line. Breet beats his man to the puck. He'll throw it up the wall. Nate Sova intercepted. Breet once again stole it. It's played to the near side. They battle for it there. It's worked out by Nicholas. Nicholas couldn't gain the puck, and here's Nemechek. Going up the wall, reversing from Mulvey. Puck free at neutral ice, 36 seconds to go. Now the puck's lifted down the ice. This will be icing against Byron Center. 31.4 seconds to go. Catholic Central, a key offensive zone draw upcoming.
If you're Catholic Central, that icing right there by Byron Center might be a blessing in disguise. You are losing the possession battle right there, as it's going to be a timeout from Catholic Central.
So we'll take one as well. Stay with us. The final 31.4 of regulation coming up next here in a one-goal game from Southside Ice Arena. The empty net down to our left. Elbowing was the call on Braylon Atwater that put the Cougars short-handed. They have killed that off. They have 31.4 seconds with an empty net, 2 on left. It'll be 6 on 5. Draw to the left of Carson McKenzie, the biggest draw of the night for Ryder Mulvey. Holding again with Freusland. Freusland wins it, but Westrick poked it on goal. Puck free behind the net. It's thrown around the boards. Cougars will have to regroup with 24 seconds to go. Here's Kwiatkowski up through neutral ice to Nemechek. Nemechek dancing through center, ahead to Outwater. He lost it. Long shot for the Bulldogs, and that will go in. Logan Nicholas from his own end, 150 feet, nets the empty netter, and Byron Center. That should just about seal the win, and the 12th win in as many games for the Bulldogs over a big rival in Catholic Central, and this is a comeback win for Byron Center.
Huge confidence builder for Byron Center. We talked about it coming into the period. The little mistakes for Catholic Central are going to start building up. You have to play a clean period.
We apologize. It was Josh Philo on the goal as the puck is sent down by the Bulldogs, and that'll do it. The Byron Center Bulldogs come from behind and knock off the Catholic Central Cougars and remain undefeated for Catholic Central. It's a disappointing loss, and one can only help, one can't help but think that special teams were the deciding factor in this contest. Derek and I will discuss more when we come back. At the end of this one, it's 4-2 Byron Center knocking off Catholic Central. Stay with us. Post-game show coming up next here on Cougar Puck Radio. Regan Cleves and Derek Steele back here inside the broadcast booth for one final time as Catholic Central falls to Byron Center for a third straight time. Well, they failed to win for the third straight time. They tied one of their contests last season in overtime, and we apologize for the technical. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're back. So it was a good start for Catholic Central through the first half of that opening period. They got a ton of pressure on Carson McKenzie, forced him to make some saves, and kind of put Byron Center on their back heel.
Yeah, coming out of the game, it looked like Catholic Central was a more aggressive team. We talked about it in the opening, in the pregame, getting shots on McKenzie, getting him feeling uncomfortable early. The only thing that went wrong there is Carson McKenzie did not feel uncomfortable early. He made some key saves early in the first period, kept his cool. Catholic Central was able to outshoot the Bulldogs 8-4 in that opening period. From there, it kind of went downhill for Catholic Central.
Yeah, and going into that second period, we were scoreless. Byron Center got outshot by a factor of 2 by Catholic Central, 8-4, but the teams were scoreless after one period of play. That changed at 8:01 of the second period. It was Lauren Brem opening up the scoring on a fluky goal. He was forechecking on the left wing on a penalty kill, was able to swat the puck away. It skied over Goheen. It hit the right top corner of the net. It hit the post, ricocheted back to the left side of the crease. Goheen was drawn over to the far side, and really nothing he can do about it as Brem was right on the money there to jam home his second of the campaign and give Byron Center the lead, but Catholic Central was not out. Ryder Mulvey came back a minute and 39 later and pulled the game even.
Yeah, that was a key goal by Ryder Mulvey in the same penalty to be able to tie the game up at 1-1. And I said it when Mulvey scored the goal. Good teams are never out of games. Great teams are able to capitalize on other teams' mistakes. That's exactly what Mulvey did. He never pouted, said, oh, we're down 1-0. Like you said, it was a fluky goal. What did he do? He came back and tied the game at 1.
And it was a phenomenal shot, beating Carson McKenzie under the blocker on the short side. There was a little bit of room, and Mulvey found it for his third of the year. That tied the hockey game at 9:40 of the second period. Drew Schweigert, 5 minutes later, would get his fourth of the campaign and put Catholic Central up. Sova and Westrick, the assists. The first even strength goal of the hockey game was the third of the game, and it gave Catholic Central the lead heading in to the locker room at the end of 2 periods of play. And it was really that second period where toward the latter half where things kind of shifted back into Catholic Central's favor.
Yeah, Catholic Central, they, once again, getting pressure on McKenzie. They were going faster. They were pitting the Bulldogs back on their heels. But going into the third period, they just seemed to start making crucial mistakes. It's the penalties. It was the high stick by Westrick, the Pollock hook, the elbowing by Outwater. All penalties in the third period. It was just simple mistakes by the Cougars that ended up being the difference maker as well as special teams. And
you talk about great teams being able to capitalize on other teams' mistakes. That's what Byron Center was able to do in that third period. At 8:34, Alex Pollock went off for a penalty, and just 6 seconds into that man advantage, Eli Kaminga tipped home a Josh Filo's shot from the left point. It deflected about 10 feet out in front of Goheen, but the redirection was so severe that he was going to his left to face the shot. Kaminga tipped it back to his right, and Goheen really could not do anything about that shot, and that tied up the game at 8:40. 2 minutes later, Logan Nicholas increased his point lead in the OK-Roo with his 10th goal of the campaign. That now gives him a 4-point lead in the OK-Roo with 25 points through 12 games for him. He has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Nicholas, he's a special breed. He's going to go play college hockey wherever, if it's at the NCAA level, if it's even club hockey at the ACHA level, wherever he goes to play hockey, they're going to get a special player. And he was being he was being poked at all night long by Cougars defenders. First chance he got at a clean shot, he took advantage of it, making it a 3-2 lead for the Bulldogs.
Indeed, and it was a good shot. It took a couple of bodies out in front, but it eventually found the back of the net, and it would be a Josh Philo empty netter from about 150 feet. That would seal it with 16 seconds left, and that is how we would end. A 4-2 win for Byron Center. They remain perfect on the year, and rightfully so. They are a very good team. They showed it here tonight, the tenacity to come back and win this game over a very fierce rival in Catholic Central. But if you're Catholic Central, this is a game that you had. You played well through most of it. You just need to be able to capitalize on the power plays. Let's count. Catholic Central had 4 power plays. They only converted on one of them, but it's also special teams. They couldn't keep Byron Center off the score sheet on the power play, and they gave them a ton of opportunities late.
I remember saying this at the first intermission break, that special teams was going to be the difference maker in this game. It's the shorthanded goals. It's the power play goals for Byron Center. You noted this in between the third period and the post-game show. 3 out of the 5 goals that mattered in this game were all special teams goal. It was 2 power play goals and then the shorthanded goal this afternoon.
Indeed, all but 2 of these 5, all but 1 of the, I'm counting wrong. All but 2 came not 5-on-5 with the 6-on-5 empty netter for Byron Center. But now we'll take a look after that game recap to our players to watch. We had Nolan Nemechek and Zach Westrick. The only one to get on the score sheet was Westrick with an assist, but he also committed an infraction that led to a penalty shot early in that one, and then Logan Nicholas with the game-winning goal, and Carson McKenzie. He played a phenomenal game here tonight, making key saves at key times.
We talked about both goaltenders for both teams. Goheen for the Cougars, and then McKenzie both made key saves. Goheen had a really, even though he will take this loss today, he had a really good game, and one he's got to be really proud about. And if you're the Cougars, you have to look at what went right, correct the little things for Lumen Christi today, but there's still a lot of positive things to look at in this one for Catholic Central.
Exactly. Let's take a look at your keys to the game, Derek. How do you think Catholic Central did on those?
So the first key to the game, score early and apply pressure. They were able to do that. We talked about it in our game recap, that they looked to be the faster, the stronger, the better team out of the gate early in the first period. I give them a gold star for that one. No silly mistakes or penalties. Through the first 2 periods, they did a really good job. Then it's the third period where they started making those small infractions that led to power plays, that led to some Bulldogs penalties. The third one, use the 3-game win streak momentum to your advantage. Like we said, they came out fast. They came out hard in the first period. They had the momentum going their ways. Both sides they had the momentum on their sides at times in this one. It was an evenly fought match today.
Indeed, if you talking about those silly mistakes, if you look at the penalty sheet here tonight, Catholic Central had the first 3 power plays, and they had 4 out of the first 5 power plays of the night. From there on out, Byron Center had 5 out of the last 6 power plays. Catholic Central had 1. That's the difference in the game. Catholic Central needs to be able to stay out of the penalty box, and it's not necessarily that Byron Center capitalized on those power plays. They only scored 1 power play goal all night, but it was the fact that it kept the Cougars from being able to get any momentum in that third period, and they couldn't get anything going and could not beat Carson McKenzie in the final 17 minutes of play. Taking a look now at our 3 stars of the game. Star number 3, Josh Freusland with an assist. But other than that, he was all over the ice, especially on that penalty kill, forechecking. He created multiple turnovers for Byron Center. He was key in the face-off circle. He is our 3rd star here this afternoon. For Catholic Central, they get a player slotting in at star number 2, Nate Silva, with 2 assists on both Catholic Central goals.
Yeah, Nate Silva had a really good game. Wasn't able to find the back of the net, but 2 assists on the 2 Catholic Central games, or the 2 Catholic Central goals. But I want to go back to Freusland for a second. You talked about it. He he's really fast. We saw it on him streaking towards the goal in the second period that led to the penalty shot that he wasn't able to capitalize on. He was all over the ice. Really good game from him. But the first star of the game tonight
And Logan Nicholas had a phenomenal night here tonight. He had the game-winning goal, his 10th of the year, 25th point. As we said, that extends his lead at the top of the OKRU in that point category. But he gets our first star, and he shows why he's the top goal scorer in the OKRU. Taking a look ahead on the schedule for both these two clubs, Byron Center improves to 12-0. They will take on a 2-6 Rockford team Friday at Griff's Ice House. That'll be a 4 p.m. puck drop. But for Catholic Central, they're back in action tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Now sitting at 8-4, taking on a 500 Lumen Christie team. They are 4-4. It'll be we'll be back on the air for that one at 2 p.m. Same situation. Derek and I will be back on the air covering for Matt Geica while he is away. And we'll be on the air right here on Cougar Puck Radio tomorrow at 2 p.m. Taking one final look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we head out. The Griffins are at Chicago on Thursday at 8, and the Red Wings take on Tampa Bay tomorrow at 7 p.m. Before we head out, special thanks to Gabe Grove for helping us out on the camera here this afternoon. Good to have him back with me up here for Cougar Puck Radio. And Derek, thanks for coming out all the way from Detroit to help me out here today.
Thank you for having me.
Derek works with me up at Central Michigan University. Good to have him back, or good to have him working with me. Our first game together. It was good to have you with me, Derek.
It was fun being out here. I can't wait for the Lumen Christie game tomorrow. And for Catholic Central, that's going to be a key game for them. How are they going to be able to bounce back after a heartbreaking loss today, especially in that third period? I'm excited to see them come out of the gate, see if they can be aggressive and pit behind them the third period today.
One final acknowledgement we'd like to make. Matt Geica, thank you so much for letting us take over for you, even if it's just for these 2 games here this week. We enjoy the opportunity, and we're always willing to help you out here at Cougar Puck Radio. That'll just about do it for us this afternoon, but we'll be right back here tomorrow when Catholic Central takes on Lumen Christie for the first time since the 2021 postseason. Until then, this is Regan Cleves for Derek Steele and Gabe Grill, along with Matt Geica, saying so long from Southside Ice Arena as the Catholic Central Cougars fall to the Byron Center Bulldogs by a final score of 4-2. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful night.